Hello. We are back.
We're
We are back. Lord have mercy. We are back. Thank God for another day. And we
Yeah,
on here to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. Girl, I'm about to give them a whole new name.
right. Real Housewives on. We done finally got down to this raggedy ass reunion, okay?
Yes. Raggedy. Oh, so what would you rate the episode?
I mean, for me, first part ones usually are like a snooze fest a little bit. So, I mean, I'm giving it a 6, and that's really being polite. But yeah, I'm just giving it a 6.
Yeah, I probably around somewhere around that same thing. Yeah. I mean, it
Mm.
wasn't god awful. Um, we got a little backstory on some things. So we started out this episode finding out about Wendy and the aftermath of her and Happy Eddie being locked up.
Mm-hmm.
So we started out with was this a week after the arrest or the indictment. And they're at the house, and Wendy and Eddie is coming to grips with how their life has changed. And Wendy, has a very like feeble voice, where it's
Mm-hmm.
almost down to a whisper. And girl, I couldn't get past Happy Eddie's chalk line on his forehead. I was like, oh my goodness. But they were just talking about how the kids was coming to grips with everything that was going on. Um, Cameron and the son, how they got swept away to the grandma's house or the auntie house, and she says she's forever changed. So her life is not the same, and I don't know. Sometimes things happen that way. When I don't know. I feel sorry for them as a couple. Because I didn't expect that from them. But for far as if they committed this crime, and which it looks like they did, that was just the dumbest thing they could have done. Your thoughts on it?
Well, I tell you what, I was confused by that scene. At first, I didn't know what to expect. I know I got a little glare coming in. I'm trying to see if I can fix that.
Oh, okay.
Um, I noticed as the season ended, I saw a lot of people in comments on the blog sites kind of saying about, oh, we didn't see this one particular scene. And it's interesting that that scene was even there. Hi, thanks for joining. Because didn't the season already start when they got arrested? I can't remember where. I can't remember when that was in whatever trailer.
I'm thinking that the season had no, they had already wrapped. I don't think the season has started yet. Because this was in October.
Okay, they have wrapped, so maybe the season had not started.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But I guess so. I was just really confused by this scene. It did feel performative, like something that they like rehearsed and acted out. We are talking about Real Housewives of Potomac, season 10, reunion part 1 that just aired. And we're discussing Wendy and Eddie's scene at the beginning where they are just kind of talking about the arrest and the kids' reactions. And I guess we're getting their reaction. But again, it felt performative. It felt put on. It didn't feel genuine. We didn't watch Wendy run. I thought to myself, like, oh, now you wearing pajamas. You've been running around in ball gowns and shit all week, through your house. And so today you have on pajamas.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I am trying to find the feel bad. And I think because, like I told you, I think I do have a very adverse reaction to people using something to try to evoke a particular emotion. And so like that, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, nah, I'm not feeling sorry for you, and not just because this feels performative, but also it's kind of like what it is. I'm not looking at somebody who is in some destitute situation, and I don't
Yeah.
really know if there's anything that she could say that would place you in that position that would give me the type of empathy to say, well, I understand why she did that.
Yeah.
No, I don't understand. And so the other part that was confusing for me was as they're discussing this scene, I'm thinking to myself like, okay, the smirk in the mug shot felt like, I kept saying, it feels like they know something we don't. Of course, you keep saying you're gonna be vindicated, and I guess maybe that's just what you say, you know. But the way they were talking to each other, it didn't feel like they was really acknowledging anything. It was kind of like, I'm trying to figure out what were they even talking about for real. Like, you just got arrested for fraud. Like,
Yeah.
and y'all both talking to each other like y'all don't know what the other one. You know what I mean? Like, either one of y'all done got the both of y'all in trouble, or both of y'all got both of y'all in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, y'all sitting there talking and having this conversation, like y'all don't know what I don't. Like y'all don't know what's happening. I was confused. It was annoying for me to hear them whispering in their own house. Like, again, it was just kind of these little things that felt manipulative to try to evoke an emotion, and it has an adverse reaction from me, because I'm kind of like, quit playing, quit playing. And so I'm just interested for us to get to the actual case.
Yes. I
Mm-hmm.
I feel the same way. I don't feel no way so tired about it. No way at all. And I
Mm-hmm.
also feel like you're only sad because you got caught. And if
Mm-hmm.
you had all these concerns about your kids finding out, then you would not have done this. Because
Mm-hmm.
eventually, because I mean, this is the type of behavior, like you said, this is ghetto behavior to me. Very ghetto. Um, Especially when we found out from Barb that they only got away with like $20,000 instead of
Mm-hmm.
the 400, and I thought 400 was too low. I said,
Right.
shoot, Happy Eddie might as well have been pushing at his at his cannabis thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Seriously,
Mm-hmm.
they would have got away with more money and probably would not have gotten as be facing as much time. I just really feel like Wendy, I don't know. I just feel that how in the hell could you and your husband sit up and conversate about the crimes y'all committing on the internet or
You
email?
might as well go ahead and have a conversation while it's on film, because that's what I mean. Like, I'm confused
Yes.
about what's happening here. And not to say, like, I get it. You're not going to say anything that would incriminate you, but you're not giving us anything. Like,
Uh,
you really are kind of talking around this whole situation. And again, with the kids, yeah, it's like, oh, she didn't know what was happening. She just wanted to hear my voice. Well, that's any kid.
yeah. But when
That's
she
any
said so when she talking at one point about the older boy who
kid.
saw us, so I just thought, girl, what? Oh, this was just like you say, low vibrational. It was.
Yeah.
It was I mean, what kind of crime is this? I mean, I wouldn't expect this out of a person with 4 degrees. But then I thought to myself, they had not been around any hood people for real.
Mhm,
And this
mhm,
is what you get when you think you are the smartest person in the room.
mhm.
because this was
I
just
think
a
that's what it boils down to. I'm not really sure. I think that most times people feel like if they're committing any type of crime that is paper based, right? That is based in finding out information because of a paper trail. I think anybody doing that feels like they're smarter than the other people around. That would be the only reason why you would even do it. You know what I'm saying?
because I'm
Um,
just
but like going back into just kind of looking at the picture overall, it's kind of like, well, why would you like? Why are you caught up in something kind of like this in general? When we say about keeping it, like we watching her on the show, and what's interesting about watching her on this show is that you're the only one that kind of move in the way that you move, so it's kind of like I'm not even sure who you keeping up with. You don't live in Atlanta. So like I could probably see it, have more understanding about how you ended up in this position if you lived in a town where you were trying to keep up, what I mean, like with the whole city, you know what I mean? And maybe they are over in Potomac. Maybe that is something, and maybe that's a portion of it that we don't get to see. Because as we get more into this reunion, as I told y'all, and so I'm gonna keep pointing it out, just so you know, I'm going to point out every time and Angel does the kind of the what I want to call it, like the money thing, like where because she did a dig to Ashley about having a house or something, and so she was like, "Well, if you could stay in Potomac," which that was a dig to how like the cost or whatever,
yeah, but Ashley came at her first though, wanting to
Oh
know.
no, I'm not saying that Ashley did or did not. All I am saying is that I'm just going to be pointing out
Yeah,
when that Angel takes it back to a money and to a status type of thing. So I'm mentioning that in the same sense with Wendy because I'm saying maybe there is some sort of air in that town in which you need to be, on a certain level or something, and it doesn't translate to us on television because I don't get it as far as the housewife show. But Sharice seems to be of the same belief that those girls are not, what they not representing Potomac, which is why they have the nickname Poor Tomic. You know what I mean? So maybe there's something there. But as
because
far as
like
the
the
first thing, I think it felt like, what was I supposed to get from this? In the words of Cynthia, I learned a damn thing from this tape.
yeah, but one of the ladies that I follow on YouTube, she lives in that area, and she said that a lot, in that case of Potomac, most of the people in Potomac won't go on that show. She said these people
Mhm,
they have old money. They ain't
mhm,
fooling around with this show. So she said, so that's why they got people, because I think Ashley and Stacy both live in Virginia.
mhm.
Um, and the other ladies live out. So that's why I believe old girl made that little dig because, hey, if you lived in Potomac, you knew.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
well, so I would say that. But anyways, getting back to Wendy, I thought the reason why she does the things she does, because when Eddie asked her about, like when she first came on the show, she said she was unsure of herself. And I feel like she's still unsure of herself. And that's why she hide behind the name brands, trying to live up to something that none of these other women are
Mhm,
not
mhm.
even trying to compete with her because that's not even on there. There's nothing to even think about. But I think that's what she feels that she has to do. I got to be the best dressed. I have to do this, and that, the other. Because internally, I don't feel like she feels she's the best or feel that great about herself.
Yeah, that could explain why she got 5 degrees.
Yeah, because she can always throw it up in somebody's face,
Mhm,
But
mhm.
So, anyways, we got Wendy gets to tell the women about her jailhouse. We call it jailhouse stature, or getting her little her little hood notches. About spending the night in jail.
Right.
And I like what I did like about it, because she got to talking about all these things and kind of was smiling about it. And Giselle kind of brought her back to life. Like, wait a minute, what you said about Karen, you thought, oh, she has to wake up there, and you're sitting here kind of taking it, really light, smiling about it, even talking about how she had to basically got a chance to do a photo shoot with the mug shots, which I call bullshit on. Because
I don't know. I actually could see that only, and because I feel like Portia got a mug shot where she got kind of a smirk in there. I feel like if you think about it, probably more often than not, there's some mug shots that look like they have like smirks or something. However, I'm just mentioning this to say I actually could see a person kind of saying, "You want to take that over?" If they know that this person is I don't want to call them a celebrity, but a personality. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
actually think I think they might have thought, okay, just put it this way. Unless that was a female, most men wouldn't even knew who the hell Wendy was. And I'm just being honest.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, but here's the thing. That could go either one way or the other. You probably be surprised at how many men might know about what housewife is who. You might, I'm just saying. It's
Girl,
not,
please.
I
don't
can
think
see that.
I would imagine, and
that's not that far-fetched to me.
That's because you watch it.
Even it's because I watch it. But then too, I think I feel like I'm thinking about the way people behave. Because even if that person didn't know, somebody in the office probably knew. It's like in a doctor's office. I think about when we used to uh if we had a person from one of the teams come in. Not everybody know who all the players are, but there are people who know who the players are. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like if you come in and say, "Oh well, so and so from the Blackhawks is coming in." Well, you may not know who that person is directly, but all you know is they play for the Blackhawks. So it could be the same thing. Like you don't know who Wendy is, but somebody could have gave you the bug. Like, oh yeah, they going to pick up one of them, Potomac housewives. I'm saying, and so that's what I mean. Like the way she described it, I mean, I could see that. Like I could see that. But I think what was more confusing for me, and this is what I think gets a little bit annoying, and maybe it's because maybe I don't realize just how out of touch they might be, I guess. But like when they was having a little discussion, I was bored because I'm thinking, y'all some grown ass motherfucking females, first of all, and it's jail. So what is it that you like? And we talking, and y'all all in y'all 40s and 50s, it's kind of like you ain't seen no movies, you ain't watched because the questions they was asking, it felt so juvenile. It felt it felt childish. I don't know. I just was like, y'all some grown-ups, right? Like I don't know, the questions felt stupid. Like
I always thought
night.
Look, I always thought the toilet was right there in the middle of lockup, like off to the side. That's what they always show it on TV. That the toilet be right there.
Well, I feel like if you are in and then probably depend, like if you are at the police station, like it's two different types of being locked up in a sense. Like so like you on a traffic offense or something, generally the first place you go is to the police station, and that's like a holding cell or something. I ain't really sure where their bathroom is, but it's not out in the open because that's out in the open. You know what I'm saying? So that you do have to go somewhere. But if you're gonna be there, like after they done put you in and whatever, got your mug shot and took the fingerprints, then you go
She still was
somewhere.
in it. I bet you she was still in the holding place. I don't believe she ever put on
She
no
probably she probably did stay there, but you know what I mean. But
but
then
she
you
went there in
go,
the night.
but that's what I mean. Like it was just kind of like y'all was just like some stuff. You be good to not be the one to know. Like I don't know the difference between like cash bond and whatever the other bond is. And I'm like, that's something I'd be good to not ever really kind of have firsthand information about what the difference is. Like I'm okay with that, like some information I'm okay with not knowing, and out of it not being my experience, So that's what I mean. Like y'all asking her these stupid ass questions, like, girl, it's jail.
Girl.
And
Well,
then Ashley
anyways.
talking about her biggest fear is jail. Like,
Yo,
girl, your biggest fear should have been marrying somebody who likes sleeping with men.
yeah, well, maybe that some women like it. She sleep with women, so she probably don't mind it. I guess she's figured she hit the jackpot, so that's her accomplishment right there.
I guess right. That's all the accomplishment you got.
Did she graduate college?
I don't know.
I thought she did. But anyways,
I would
so
hate to
then
say no because I assume no.
I thought when she was a pageant girl, so I assumed she went to college.
No, girls don't mean you went to college.
I just assumed
Yeah,
she
but
did.
funny you say that, as I would think a pageant girl almost didn't go to college.
Most ones I see have that's some of that's on their resume that they're in college or going to college.
Okay.
All righty, so now we up to the QVC queen, and we have basically Giselle congratulating um, Stacey on her Vanity Fair best performance. So then Andy asked her about her performance. Does she consider what she do a performance? And basically, she told them in so many words, this is, yes, the performance. I do the same thing I did on QVC. It was work. And basically, this is work, is what I got out of that. What do you think?
I mean, I thought that was good. We all know that Stacey. It's funny. They got best performance. I'm trying to figure out how is it that it took all of this time for the Housewives to end up on anybody's radar. Like, because it feels like y'all should have been kind of clocking in for them. But either way, Stacey's had 2 great seasons. And so, yeah, I think she deserved it.
You thought she had a great season last year?
Stacey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, especially for a first time. I thought she had a better season than most of them. But especially as a first time, I feel like, yeah, she had a really good season. Even with all, like, it's not about the stuff that came up. For me, it's more how she handled it. And so I think going back to them, comparing her QVC stuff, that's probably why it helps for her, because QVC was something live. You had to know how to pivot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
think quickly. Yeah.
yeah, and keep people's interest. So, so that's why it seemed like whatever y'all bounce with her, she, you know what I mean, roll with the punches. So yeah, I think she had a good season.
Okay, so they got to talking about her performance, and then it became her and Stacey's turn. I mean, excuse me, her and Tia's turn. And Tia says she uses a QVC voice. Stacey says Tia has another dialect, basically, kind of back and forth. I said no, Stacey just knows how to code switch.
It's funny. I think that Stacey does have a QVC voice. She probably uses it. I mean, we hear it. I feel like we all hear it. But what I do think too, like anybody else, I think she has a Detroit voice.
Oh, yes, I believe she do.
Like we heard it when she told her Tweedledee,
No, when she told her to get her ass up out of there.
But yeah, so I, like I think that's everybody though. In I guess of a certain maybe age or something. But yeah, everybody has that like honey, you might hear the Chi-Town come out of me sometimes too.
Yeah, so she said,
like when they say you got me fucked up. Like
my daddy always say that. My dad all the time. But Tia says that Stacey married up. And Stacey said she married a dude from Chicago. And what I did find interesting is years ago when I used to have a lady, African girl, braid my hair. And she would say how a lot of African women would call marrying a white guy marrying up social status and all that. And she said, but I didn't like white men. She married a black man from Alabama. And she said, I did not want that. But I thought, oh, that's what they do. She said, yeah, that happens a lot. So when she said that she married up, I thought, oh, there's some of that, how she, the Nigerian experience when she seen black women or African women would marry up in society to marry a white guy. And I thought, oh, okay. So then Giselle lets them know she got an accent too, because they were, I thought that was a petty argument. Okay, yes, Stacey code switches, and maybe because she's married to, Tia is married to an American, and her children are raised in America, in the United States. Maybe she has picked up some of the dialect or whatever. Because like I have a girl who does my hair. She is Jamaican. She normally talks, I would say a little proper, but when she gets around the Jamaicans, that whatever it's called, that's what she talks. I don't even know what she said, but I forgot the name of it, what they call it. But anyways, she'll get to it and it sounds real thick, so I can't understand it. But yeah, so they also talk about TJ and who filed for divorce, and we see that Stacey lied about that because she was the defendant. And that's it for so far. So what do you think about all that?
Nothing, because I thought that the argument about the accent was stupid.
Yes, it was.
I didn't understand, and so yeah, nothing.
So what do you think about Timu? I keep saying Timu. I know it's probably pronounced a little bit different. How Stacey lied about Timu and about Timu having to travel that day, or he was on his way back, but she told Tia he was maybe leaving the next day or whatever.
I didn't think much about that either. I think going back to what we said about, they came in hell bent on proving, Stacey's a liar. And here's the thing. I'm still not even about to say Stacey's a liar. Now, has she been caught telling y'all, I guess, lies? Sure. But I'm thinking, it's lies about what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's not, I don't know if it was that serious.
Yeah.
And even like if the man was like it doesn't change anything. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I am letting Stacey get away with all of the lies when it comes, because it's just like, she like a little kid. Like, the lie ain't hurt nobody. So why does it matter to you?
Because when she's telling the truth, I don't know if she's telling it. That's why.
I mean, I think that's the main thing is you just, take it for a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, don't ask her no questions you really want to know the answer to.
And then so Stacey says that the only reason why Tia was trying to come over and meet up with her and Timu so she can go and take it back to her master, Giselle.
Yeah, that's what she said,
I
honey.
said, oh. I said, she been talking to her gay friend. He's giving her those little zingers. So, and I think that's probably why people like Stacey, because she's able to flip it real quickly. And so she flips it around, and then Tia's kind of looking like, and I did catch where Angel said, but why does it matter? You know, and even when they were talking about, here's one, even when they were talking about when Stacey and oh shit, I just lost my train of thought. Stacey and Giselle about the cannabis line. All of that, you know, and they pressed her on it a little bit, and she said basically the ink wasn't dry, so she wasn't telling it.
I mean, yeah, it's as simple as that. So it's like right, like Stacey, like the commenter said, Stacey lies and presses on, like even after confronted. That's like it's kind of like she's good at it, and she doesn't like fold under pressure. Like, yeah, which we had already figured that out though, like because that's what I said. Oh well, if Giselle knew about it, then it must have been a company that had been reaching out to them. You know what I mean? So you probably understood that somebody was taking in, and maybe you just got the information because y'all all traveling, you know, in the small circle.
Yeah.
Somebody, you know, kind of said, "Hey, did you hear Stacey was doing, you know, X, Y, and Z?" But I don't blame Stacey for keeping it to herself until she didn't need to anymore. I like to say again, most of the stuff, and I can't, you know, like say I haven't called the girl a liar, even though I know she's not told the truth about things. But I'm just kind of like, yeah, like she just playing with y'all, like cause the stuff that she lied to you about. You might not want to be asking her the questions no way. You know.
So they asked, did she regret kicking Tia out of her launch, cannabis launch or Gumby launch, whatever it was? And she says no. How did you feel about that? You know ways?
I mean, yeah.
Because they thought that maybe she should have put Ashley ass out for calling her a lying asshole.
I know I remember feeling during the season, I was feeling when that happened, I didn't understand why their thing had escalated to the point in which it did. Like I didn't understand why they was arguing the way they were back and forth. But I mean, it was her lunch. Put out. Yeah, you told her to leave, Tweedledee.
So Ashley tells Stacey she has a victim mindset because Stacey said that when they brought back the tea from California, where Stacey friend TJ says that Stacey was paying him, and she said that she would have thought that Giselle would have treated her better or whatever. And Giselle was basically saying, we have this information. We on this show, you know how I go, basically. And so Stacey was, I guess she thought that they were supposed to handle her with kid gloves on that. They're messy.
I mean, she tried it, but Giselle was right. Yeah, Giselle got it right. But Stacey tried to hold. Yeah, she tried. She tried.
So Stacey said, okay, so Giselle kind of got a little forward with it. She said, basically, Stacey, we said it, you denied it. She said, we can move the fuck on. I said, look at that first lady talking.
I'm about to say, we still talking about Stacey? As boring as this damn first. Girl.
So Andy tells her sometimes a housewife get gassed up by the fans and it goes to their head, and basically does she think she can handle being gassed up by the fans? So she said she don't think that's
Now
going to be a problem.
she better be careful with getting gassed up by that damn Carlos King. He the one that's gonna keep your ass high and dry. That's what cause he gassed that damn Shamia up and now look at her.
But Shamia looked cute at that Galentine's. I thought her dress was.
Nobody has ever said that Shamia couldn't dress.
I thought
Nobody
she
ever
looked cute
said
though,
right. It
because
was like,
I was looking for the backburns. I said, "Oh, Shamia looked really cute." I think we call it Galentine thing. That I thought that she looked cute.
Yeah.
No, we say she couldn't dress. She had all that money she spent, and it didn't come off right.
No, it didn't.
So, what in the world is going on here? They have like an intermission, and Ashley's talking about her vitamin D shot to the butt. So, and I guess Stacy was talking about some kind of infused water or something. I guess they getting tired. They need some energy or whatever. So they're on to Angel. And they go through the whole little package on Angel and how, she came onto the show. And he had asked the people, at the beginning, the OGs and the newbies and the OG newbies about, their experience on the show. And she said she had a hard landing and that she did move. And she got a house there, and she's still kind of back and forth from Colorado to there because they're getting the house remodeled and all those things.
Oh, by the same designer that remodeled her home in Colorado.
Yes,
Let's
honey.
make sure we add that in.
Award-winning, honey.
And that shit. Girl, you done had too many fumbles for you to still have your ass on your shoulders like that and your nose touching the sky the way you do. Girl, too many fumbles. I'm just saying, like, it's not like, and I'm not questioning what you have. Like if like this lifestyle is what you can afford to be. I'm just looking at you like, girl, bye, because you keep trying to prove it and it just falls flat.
Falls flat, yeah, it does. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it falls flat.
Like it didn't to say that you had the same person who designed your house in Colorado meant absolutely nothing to anybody. Not the people who were sitting there with you, not the people who are watching. Like, what is that supposed to mean to any of us?
That she's not poor. She didn't get evicted. Her rich ass paid $14K a month.
Like, we laughed so hard when she said,
yes, ha.
Aha, what? You know what I mean? Because, girl, bye. Okay.
Girl, yeah. So then they
to try to answer for, and I feel like it still fell flat. Even in all of this time, she didn't have a good reason for having all the smoke for Wendy instead, but it was good that Wendy did, hold her to it. Like, hey, you do realize that it was Giselle, right? Like, now that we've seen all the episodes, you went back and you saw that. I think what we do need to get to, though, is whatever dynamic going on with her and Kay, because Kay got you, and she had checked your ass right here on the couch, sounds like.
And Kaden went live on today, too. And said
what she had to say on live?
Basically, she's not this narrative that she bosses Angel
ain't no way she looked at that shit last night and didn't think that that's exactly what happened. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. It reminded me, you know who it reminded me of? Kenya. Kenya ran her friends. Kenya ran Candy like that. Like, and you could tell. You could tell whenever she done had a conversation with somebody off of camera or something, next time y'all get on camera, they coming back on to reiterate whatever it was you couldn't get them to reiterate the last time. Now they done changed their tune like this girl just did. Girl, bye. You had some sort of conversation with her, and whatever it is, she got the memo.
They said one of the reasons, I heard another vlogger saying when Angel and Wendy actually had a relationship outside of this Potomac, and that, you know how Wendy tried to act like she really didn't know her, but Wendy, because I think they said Angel dropped the receipts on Instagram.
Girl, I'm so sick of these people trying to retrieve Angel. Like, honey, she is dead. Like,
but evidently, you know, because Wendy tried to act like she didn't know her, and I guess she felt away because I think
it don't seem like she knew it of me. But go ahead.
She and Angel's sister helped Wendy get some kind of job. So when she felt like, I guess, that Wendy's playing the games like Giselle and them, I guess it pissed her off or whatever. So, because, you know, we even hear Wendy even talk about, did she even graduate? You know, all those kind of things. So she already said she had a little bit more chip on her dip for Wendy. So I don't know how what all that's supposed to mean.
Girl, and that, like, and I don't know why it is. It's taking everybody so long to put two and two together because she said it out her own mouth. But she was saying somebody else had these things to say about her. Just like when she just said it tonight, she said, "What did she say?" Because I said it when we did the review. Called the girl Forrest Whitaker, and what did she say about her lips?
Booty hole lips.
Right, booty hole lips. See, here's the thing, like, especially like that's why when you doing stuff like that, you need to stay in the company in which you do it, right? Because then your company understands the way you speak it. When you talk like that around everybody else, like what I understood is that's the way y'all talk about people that look like Wendy. Like that's the way. So she says, "Well, I apologize. That's not really me." Well, who the hell is it, Angel? Like, why is it that you keep having to apologize and saying something that you did is not in you? Yes, it is.
I would have said her lips look like a booty hole to me. I would have said it. I would have said her lips look like a booty hole to me, and I went to back shot.
Like, that's kind of my point, is that you are the girl who has those types of things to say about people behind their back. That is you. So doing this whole "that's not me," it, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, who is it? You know what I mean? Like, did somebody jump in your body and take over?
The devil made me do it.
Exactly. Like, you know, like that is you. You know, and like I said, I called it as soon as she regurgitated that information, and nobody ever would have known. Like I never ever would have known that there is somebody else walking around thinking that she's a mean girl. I never would have known that if she hadn't said it out her own freaking mouth. But as soon as she said it, and it was that day, as soon as she said it, I said, I believe every word, because it's on your mind too hard. That's on your mind too hard. Like, so you know that you are. You know, like, you know you are. And it just is. So for me, that was her. Like, that's the reason why she wanted to be Giselle's friend, to Wendy's point. You know, like, because that's who you felt like you could get in with. That's who you came on trying to impress.
And she goes, "Me coming on here to be friends with Ashley?" Giselle went and I said, Giselle called it. She didn't come on here to be our friends.
But that's why I said when her husband had, you know, answered his question the way he did, like, well, she's the one that lives the way that they want to live. And it's kind of like, yeah, but she's the one that came over here on a show that's been running for 10 years. This is not a first season, you know, pilot. Like, this show is established. So, yeah, you here for them to be friends with them. Like, what else are you here for? But okay, well, I was gonna say what else she here for is to get that
Her
damn
business.
business. Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called? Wonder what?
Wonderland. Honey, we wander in this
Wonderland. That's what it
neighborhood
is.
in business.
Girl. Wonderland. Okay.
In the words of Nene, it is never there.
So,
Call it she by Sheree. Until then, it is never there.
and also about the whole catfish thing, like we said, Wendy made sure that once Giselle said she said it, that she paid attention to make sure she knew that she didn't say, she just laughed real hard at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they talked about also that Wendy said that Tia needed to be checked when Tia went back and told about excuse me, what's her name? Angel's living situation, how she had to move. And Tia said, Angel said she did talk to her about that. And Tia said she apologized again. Then they go on to talk about Bobby being the hottest husband on the show. And Wendy said, no.
Yeah, ain't he? I was gonna say till Wendy spoke up. I'm like, he the only one, ain't he? Like, that's not hard.
I think ever then. So, everybody got this thing. And Wendy says no, her husband is hot to her. She loved that dark chocolate. And then Stacey goes, no, what she call him, vanilla chocolate or white chocolate? T-move, honey. They go on to ask Andy what kind of chocolate he like. And he said the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Lord.
Andy, what black man you messing around with?
Okay. We sure want to know.
Yes, honey. So then they go on. Got some back. Okay. Then we go on to talk about Angel and the whole check thing, and said how her tone had changed when they went to happen here. Hello? Can you hear me? Okay. We both went off the screen on my end. So I'm like, what happened? So, anyways, so that's when she goes on to explain about the chin check and all that. And she was talking to Wendy because Wendy had asked a question. And then Kay was like, no, I'm going to talk. And she's going to talk after I get done talking. And because I'm talking now.
Yeah, I don't know how she didn't take that as being very, like you basically told her to shut up.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
So because Kay did someone ask her a question? Did I missed it or something?
She was coming in trying to defend herself about why the hell she let her friend get ran over the way she did all season. That's basically what it was. I guess Kay, one thing about it, Kay just said it's gonna be me or you, and I'm here to stay. Stop.
I don't know. I don't feel like Kay had a good season at all.
No, I don't think she had a good season either. That's why she let her friend hang out to dry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were talking about the catfish of it all and all that, and she just told her now, she told Wendy, looking back at it, she understands how she was basically wrong. And basically Giselle made the comment, but she blamed Wendy because she had a little more dip on her chip for Wendy. Point blank, period. And she said that, well, Wendy was saying, yeah, because you wanted Giselle to be your big sister or whatever. And then another person wanted to address the comment about her saying she had asshole lips and Forrest Whitaker eye. And that's when Wendy said, well, if I said basically it's hurtful because you have an issue about us calling you catfish, but then you want to talk about my aesthetics. What if I said you look like James Earl Jones? And she do. And James Earl Jones was not a bad looking man, but if she was to say that was my daddy, I would be like, okay, they favor. So yes. So and I think that she was so upset with Wendy because Wendy laughed the hardest. Because she said basically the lady who has a permanent
No, she laughed. She mad at Wendy. Like I'm just not one that's gonna play games with you and nobody else out here in these internet streets. She got mad at Wendy and said what she said about Wendy because she feels like Wendy is not in a position to feel the way she does. Like, we're not gonna play like light-skinned women don't treat dark-skinned women differently, or
that's not my experience though. So when you say that, I really never experienced that.
I don't even know if you have to have a direct experience.
I think so. You would have to, because I've never experienced that.
Well, okay, you ain't never seen it happen either.
No, okay. Girl, I was always the girl who thought I was the shit. So anything, I was not ever that angel type girl. Never. So wouldn't nobody ever make me feel
the way? Saying you. That's because that's what I mean.
Like, I don't get that.
You've never been in a space where you've seen it happen. So and that's what we were saying. Like, when that's the reason why Potomac always gets the conversation about colorism. The simple fact is, most times people want to pretend like it doesn't exist. And the core part about it is that it does. It looks different. Like, and so what I'm saying is that generally, like, there is an idea, and I'm not saying every light-skinned person feels this way, but the reason why I'm going to it is because it's what she said. For her to refer to her asshole lips, she's talking about that girl's lips being dark. Like, she's talking about her features. See, and so then
ain't the asshole pink though? I thought she was talking about the lips being pink.
I'm thinking that it's kind of the shape. I don't know, because I ain't never studied nobody's asshole. and so for me, that's not even something I would use. Like, you know what I'm like, that's not like you see what I'm saying? And
well, I think when you joning.
The way that people, like, when they decide the things that they use. So to say Forrest Whitaker, so like you said, you go back and she said, well, you look like James Earl Jones. Well, even if James Earl Jones didn't look the way that he did, his persona is something different. It's like Morgan Freeman played God. You see, like, if you compare somebody to Morgan Freeman, that's not an insult. Same with James Earl Jones. That's not an insult. That's Mustafa's dad. You think you don't? But when you talk about Forrest Whitaker, like, we're not gonna play like everybody don't feel like, like,
if you say I look like, if you say I look like
somebody to Forrest Whitaker, you got.
If you say I look like Morgan Freeman, I got an issue. Now, Morgan Freeman is not no nice looking man. Now, we ain't about to go sit there now.
Well, here's the thing. If somebody is comparing anybody to Morgan Freeman, they're telling you old. You think like there's something about it. Like, and so I'm saying the whole thing with Forrest Whitaker is his eye. Like, the only way you would be if somebody should compare anybody to Forrest Whitaker, you would assume the person has a lazy eye or something is wrong with their eye. You know, like, okay, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm not gonna play.
But what does that have to do with colorism, though?
So for me, it's more about him not being attractive. It don't have anything.
Okay, all right.
What?
So I feel like, okay, so for Wendy, to laugh so hard about the catfish thing. Seriously, you're already saying, because, okay, Giselle says she didn't know that this new girl was not her because she didn't look like that. So to me, it's so many goddamn words, because all of them use Facetune, that she was saying Angel was not cute, point blank, period. And I don't care, because you can look at those pictures and assume it's Angel. She used Facetune like the rest of them.
I think that the problem is that was what Giselle was deducing.
Exactly.
And the problem was that Angel took it out on Wendy. She took it out on Wendy because she does not believe that Wendy looks good enough to feel like what she had to say about her was that funny. That's the reason why she got so mad at Wendy laughing. Because
because Wendy is not that pretty though.
And so that's why I'm saying, in general, I'm not gonna play with you. Like, I don't understand exactly why.
But I don't feel how that is colorism. Wendy can be light complected and still be looking the way she looks.
I'm just gonna leave it at that, because I feel like that's kind of, it's like almost the same thing when it comes to like a racist thing. Like, I can't make you believe it.
But we can't crack on, y'all can crack on the light-skinned girl, but the light-skinned girl
can't crack on the dark again. So no, because I'm not saying it's okay one way or the other. All I'm saying is part of the characteristics to when you know that something that is colorist is going on. Because I don't think that everybody that participates in something like that is an actual colorist, which is why they don't know that they're participating in that. But what I'm saying is part of colorism is that you have the tendency to believe that people of a darker tone are not pretty, that they're not up to par with anybody who has a lighter tone. And with that being said, you have different ways in which you describe them, the way you talk about them, and all of that. So going back to, like I said, the description, like she said, with her asshole lips. Well, see, that's not, like I said, that's not something that would even come out of my mouth as an insult. Why? Because I don't know what an asshole looks like. Now, if I'm trying to be offensive and call somebody ugly, see, like, that would be why you would compare somebody to an, you get what I'm saying, to somebody.
Yeah, but see, I look at assholes all day long.
Yeah, you see, like, so that's what I mean. Like, I just don't play games and wallow in the mud like that way. I know why she used the verbiage that she used with Wendy. Now, and here's the thing, whether anybody thinks that Wendy's pretty or not or whatever, it's one thing. My point is, I'm just saying that is the reason why she used the verbiage that she used. She compared that girl to Forrest Whitaker because what she really wants her to know is that she thinks you're ugly. She does not think that you have the right to be able to laugh as hard as you do it.
I do agree with you on that. Yeah. I do agree with you on that. But I don't think it's colorist. I just think it's Wendy's.
I think it happened. I mean, because I think that for her to not know Giselle and to decide that Giselle was like a big sister to her, why would there is no other way when you don't know anybody and you decide to take on those types of feelings. It has to be based off of how they look.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I'm not sure on it. Who brought Kay onto the show?
I can't remember how Kay got her little tail on here.
Because that's why I wondered. I'm like, okay, so
move, little boy, messing with my
did Giselle bring Kay, or because I don't believe it was Ashley, was it?
Not you can tore up my whole little thing. I don't remember. Don't sit down. I don't remember how Kate got on here, honestly.
Yeah, because I wondered that. So I thought, Well, is that got something to do with it? Is that why she could have thought that she's gonna have this little sister thing? But yeah, I think she was a fan girl of
She had to be, and that's all I'm saying.
Giselle.
That that's what I mean when I talk about colorism. I'm just talking more so about the fact that people do get caught up in treating people a particular way based off of what they think they look like, right? And that's just, and I think the core about colorism is that. What's the matter, Anthony? Okay, where's the? Yeah, pulling on the damn thing on
So
my damn plug you to sorry y'all. Look, Prince Michael Jackson chewed my plug to my life.
to your what? To your light?
To my yes. And like chewed it while I'm sitting right here using it.
Now you need to get in trouble,
Okay,
Prince.
right. Yeah, yeah, talking about you. But so that's kind of what I mean. It's like sometimes we want stuff to be so cut and dry. And it's like, no, you can't, like what they call them dog whistles. Like you just have to be look out for the dog whistles. You know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of what it was. And I think because I feel like I say, for her to not know Giselle and to want to be Giselle friend, most of the time is because people think Giselle is pretty. That I'm not saying that that's what I'm not saying Giselle is ugly. But what I'm saying is people want to be in the proximity with pretty people. Like nobody want to be in proximity with ugly
Well, I understand that too,
people.
but I guess what I'm saying is that either I don't care if, in my mind, if Wendy was whatever color shade.
Mm.
Giselle is still a pretty person, and Giselle
Mhm.
has been on this show longer. So we already know where Wendy stands compared to Giselle. So
Mhm.
you already want to be the friend with the person you feel like got the most power.
Mhm.
So if Wendy would have been the person who actually had the power, then she'd been kissing Wendy ass. But since Wendy is not, you know,
No, I actually think it would be the opposite. I think she would be trying to take her down, kind of like what they would do with Nene. See, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's such a mind fuck the way that people like the way that shit works is because like if a person just deems that you're not supposed to be in the position that you're in, that's just what it is. So that's so like that. So I mentioned Nene because you realize like she was not the one like that. They really was trying to come and be her friend. They was trying to come and like in battle with her. You know what I'm like? Giselle is the only person that's had the type of effect in which every girl who coming on here trying to be your best friend. Giselle run every single girl on that cast without even demanding it.
well, I think that area is definitely different than Atlanta, though. So I feel like with Nene, okay, she is was the top dog over there, and I feel she was a fan favorite because her wit. It didn't really matter which. I mean, she wasn't the worst looking person, but she wasn't the prettiest either. So, who would you say was coming in to take her down? Kenya?
Kenya did. Starting off with Shrek, with the people who hadn't even left nowhere. First of all, but the next thing is they came in Sheree. I mean, excuse me, Kenya. Um, Then here come Claudia. Then like any of them who, because it wasn't anybody who was just coming, like to be a part of the cast. It was anybody who had some sort of agenda. Um, Seemed like they all wanted to. I mean, and like Maybe it just looked that way. But all I'm saying, it just in general, is that there are, and like I say, I don't know if it's the universe or whatever. There are these things that exist in which people treat you differently if they don't think you are supposed to have what's being given to you. Like they just,
True.
and I think that that's always happened with Nene, which is probably why Nene looks so much different than when she did when she started. Like again, because people treat pretty people different.
Differently, but true.
When I say pretty people, I mean people who are who fit the standard of beauty that the world has provided. You know, and that's what I mean. Like when you dark skin, you know you don't. When you have prominent features, you know you don't. You know what you don't. It don't make you less beautiful. It's just saying that's not the beauty standard that's been dubbed into the majority of people's heads.
Okay. So you're saying that Kenya, who is dark, came onto the show to take Nene down because she felt like she looked better than Nene.
That's right. That's yes, yes. In a nutshell, yes. She did not think Nene deserved what she had. Yes.
But when she came on there, she was kissing her ass.
Well, she tried. That's what it should. So, and when Nene wasn't giving her what she thought, then she switched it over and became actually mean. Like for real.
This is an interesting conversation.
It's people behavior. I'm glad we got that out because watch people. You'll probably notice it better.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. That has never been my issue ever in life.
I don't know that it has to be your issue. I think I'm saying watch people, right? Like watch people. Yeah, watch people. People do it all the time. Now, I might be closer to it because my mom is light skinned, my brother's light skinned, my grandfather's light skinned. Like, and so it was like the dynamics, there's dynamics that happens in my own family in which I can see the difference in the way that people treat you. But that's what I'm saying. People do treat people differently. And that's just in general. And that's why I'm saying nobody knows that they are even participating in stuff in that type of thing because some stuff for people have just become this behavior that they do.
Well, I guess because I don't know. Maybe I was that anomaly because I was always the cute little girl with the real long hair.
Mm-hmm.
So I just never had that issue.
Mm-hmm.
Never where I felt inferior or I just never had that. I'm not lying, and I don't know, maybe Fort Wayne a little different. Even when I was in military,
I don't know.
I never. I mean, we got a lot of mixed people here, but for somebody that think like, oh, I don't want to. I guess that's just when my lived experience. I ain't even gonna lie, and I kind of was a stuck up chick. You know, I'd been humbled since my ass got fat. So, I'd have been humbled big time. So, but I'm just saying, that was not my deal, and I don't know. But I will say this. I will say at a lot of older Black people used to will say her hair is long to be dark and she pretty to be dark. So I have gotten that from a lot of older men, you know, as I was coming up. But as far as any girl making me feel away or feeling like somebody that that I wouldn't receive something because I was dark or could not advance over somebody light, that's never been my issue.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what they say when
What's going on now?
when Taraji was saying how her experience was, and they asked Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox said that was never my issue. so,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean that was not. So I don't. All I will say is that I don't know. I guess because I come up, we do crack on people. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel if you cracking on me, we always gonna be.
And I just keep saying like that's kind of where I'm going. Like you have to know that there's verbiage and stuff. Like it's not as cut and dry as somebody specifically making you feel, you know, like a particular way. That's not what I mean, because that would be more like bullying or something. Like, you know, like that wouldn't have, that's not the same kind of thing. But what I'm saying, because what I'm talking about is something so subtle that you don't know what's happening if you don't know that people do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
like
I think it's no different when they knew it bothered Angel, and I guess she did take offense to the girl who she said had the permanent filter on her face to laugh so hard.
That's right. Because she felt more comfortable attacking her. See, like that's all, and which goes, because like I say, about it's not really about what anybody else thinks about, you know, her. It's more telling about what she thinks about her. You see what I'm that's what I'm saying. Like I don't necessarily consider Wendy ugly or
Oh
unattractive.
no, I'm not
But
saying
what I
she's
am
ugly.
saying is that based off of the way she just went in and the adjectives she used to describe her, I could tell what you think about her, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the way you just described her. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, like it's certain words and certain verbiages that I'm just not going to use because it's not in my wheelhouse to use that type of stuff. But at the same time, if like what you just mentioned about you Jones, and generally what we say, the best way to Jones on somebody is that you use something
That's true.
true, you know. And so going back to Forrest Whitaker, like that's what I mean. We're not gonna play games. Like the only way you calling somebody Forrest Whitaker is they got some, you know what I'm saying, fucked up eyes.
Girl, I was looking, trying to see what was she talking about. I was really trying to see what like she said it was a facial expression.
All you gotta do is listen. And that's
No,
what I mean.
I just wanted to say. I mean, because if she wanted to use somebody dark, she could have said Wesley Snipes.
But that's what right, because she wasn't trying to crack on her. But see, and this is what I mean about it. That's too easy. Ain't nobody gonna just come out and be like, we're not in the days where they calling you blackie and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. It's no different. It's so subtle. That's what I'm saying. Like you don't know that it's happening unless you know it's happening.
No, I would know you calling me ugly because you.
Well, I'll tell you this:
you compare me to Forrest Whitaker.
Nobody Forrest Whitaker, and you don't know that that's what they're saying about you. And that's what I mean, because there's not anything else. So, like we said about Morgan Freeman, well, Morgan Freeman could be a compliment in the sense of calling you distinguished or something like that. But other than that, what we know about Morgan Freeman, it's his ass has been old the whole time we've been knowing him. Well, at least for me, like.
He has that puppy dog skin, I always say. That wrinkled puppy dog skin, I'll call it. So, yeah, but he ain't attractive either.
That's what I mean. James Earl Jones, I mean, it's a funny dig because here you are referring to a lady as a man, but James Earl Jones is not an insult, right?
No, you look like her daddy.
Like, that's not an insult.
Yeah, I'm
Forrest
like,
Whitaker is a clear insult.
oh, of course, I'm not saying it ain't. I am not saying it ain't. I
And
know what she meant.
Angel, I am sick of her lying ass while we talking about liars.
Yeah, I would have
Because
stood in it.
huh?
I would have stood in it. And I was like, that's me.
Yeah,
I
that's
said
what
it.
I'm saying. I'm sick of her lying
Yeah,
ass like that.
I
And
would
that's
have
why
definitely.
I know you are a mean girl. Just from that
Yes.
right there.
So I think she wants to have this snooty look, where that she doesn't offend, but we
Mm-hmm.
know she do. And to be on these shows, you have to be quick witted and able to throw the shade
You
real
have to
good.
stand in it too.
Yeah,
Like it is what
exactly.
it is. You call
Yes.
me Forrest Whitaker. Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about instant. Like who recognizes one particular face Forrest Whitaker makes?
Girl, I was trying to see. I was really trying.
Exactly.
I said,
Exactly. Like your
what's
life.
wrong with her? Look, what's wrong with her eye? I can't see that. But I will say, I think off the Forrest Whitaker thing, I did like that, with Wendy. She threw it back at her, but I think I'd have threw her back at her a little harder. I'm not lying, because I would have made her ass cry again about the catfish. That's how low down and petty I am. So you say something, because I'm going to cut you real bad too.
But what's
So
crazy about that is you knowing that you getting so upset about something like that, knowing that you're not like whatever you said you're not using the filter. Like, so why are you still holding on to this?
girl, because I don't know why. Because yes, like Ashley said, lighten up, laugh about it.
Yeah.
I would have probably laughed about it, but I'd have laughed and cut him right back though. Point blank. We would have left it at the table. That's how I would have did. We'd have left it at the table, moved on to something else. But her feelings was really hurt, and the reason why, because she's unsure of herself too.
That's right, exactly.
She's unsure of herself. She said what she told Giselle, that I used to do the red carpets, and my face was basically her commodity.
Mm-hmm.
So the way she looked, so she's unhappy that she's heavy. So girl, go ahead and get the Ozempic or the Wegovy pill.
Something, yeah. Go on and do what you
Go and get it. Stop breastfeeding and start living for you, girl.
Was spilling out that dress yet again.
Girl, yeah, they were. But I really, really, really hated Tia's dress.
I didn't like it either. Especially, I feel like I liked it when I saw the picture, but when we saw her come out, I thought, like that, yeah.
The nude was not nuding. I didn't like it. It was just not ugly.
That was tissue paper or something.
And I thought Kieran's dress looked really nice. I thought so.
Yeah.
It really did.
I thought so too. I saw her look a little better, but yeah. She wasted all of our time.
Yeah, that was not cute at all. And I said, when Tia mentioned the feathers on Wendy, I said, yeah, the jailbird wearing the feathers.
Right.
Oh my goodness. But we get on to Ashley talking about the jailbird, talking about Zen win in the pen. And Wendy said, you got some kind of hidden vendetta against me, because I have a hidden vendetta. And Ashley said, I don't vilify my accomplishments. Wendy said, you have none.
Yeah. Well, and look, now Ashley got her a good little clap back on this one. She said, but I only got one social security number.
Girl.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm like this. We know this show is a petty show. And okay, Wendy wants to, make it oh, they shouldn't really speak ill of me. I'm going through this. You are the dumbest criminal ever. And had that been any of them other ladies, I believe she would have been basking in it.
Well, I don't feel like anybody's done anything wrong to her. I think Ashley did what Ashley does best, not talk about herself. Like she didn't exploit her own damn mom,
Yeah.
and her mama's relationship about here. So you know, it just kind of is like Ashley did what she does best. Um, and so now she got to kind of retract because now you in this lady's face. And it was funny for wherever you was, but again, now you
Girls
in this
up
lady's
there
face.
singing at the winery somewhere.
Yeah. And so and yeah, and that's just that. Like I feel like this stuff with them getting in trouble is free game. Like
Yeah.
just a fair game, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
especially depending on what it is. I mean, again, we knew that Wendy wasn't going to be able to say very much because we know that they still going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you're not even going to be able to address very much here. But at the same, so like I said, that first thing was just weird.
Yeah. Well, even
Having to
the
know Ashley feels weird about whatever she got to say when Ashley just being Ashley.
yeah, and even was it? I think was it TMZ or someone caught up with Giselle and asked her about Wendy, and she was saying basically she should take the plea agreement.
Shit, that's what it sounds like to me too.
Yes.
Shit. I ain't no lawyer, but that's what it sounds like to me
It
too.
does sound like that. I'm like, oh my God, Wendy.
And like I tell people all the time, like, and I don't know if this makes me scared of the police or whatever, or I don't know. But let me tell you, I tell people there is something different when the FBI come knocking on your door to come and pick you up, right? And tell you got to turn yourself in. These people know what they're talking about. They got their checks and balances, you know what I'm saying, in order. Now
But I don't think it was the FBI because it wasn't the FBI because it wasn't a federal case.
But I do. Well, Amy, wait a minute. I was gonna say
It's a state
it's
case.
not the FBI, but generally, I do feel like it's got to be something. Oh, I guess because it's a felony. Because I'm feeling say because generally, like cops don't just come knocking on your door. You know what I mean?
And also, I wanted to say this in the beginning when her and Eddie is talking. Is that the ring in question that she was wearing?
I don't know. See, I wasn't really familiar with any of the stuff that they really was talking about. Like as far as the stuff goes. And the thing is, I wouldn't be able to know if it was or wasn't, because that's why I'm saying, like, well, maybe they purchased stuff that's fake. You know, like
that's what Portia said.
What
Most people
that's got them feeling like they have a case to fight.
I said, unless she bought that ring after she got her money back for it being stolen.
Like, and I ain't even gonna get into that. I ain't about to pretend and act like I
know. I don't know. This is
what ring she got. I just know ain't none of this shit aging well for her.
It's not. And I think my issue with Wendy for real is that my introduction to Wendy was as a political pundit. So when I saw her come on this show and she came in so hot, I'm like, ugh. Because, I enjoyed seeing her on MSNBC, Roland Martin. Yeah, I like that black lady right there. And then come on here and she was a total opposite. I know she's playing the game, but maybe if I only saw her on this show and never saw her on the others, maybe it would make me feel away. I guess it's like some of the people trying to understand what the hell Tyler Perry just did with this new movie. And I think I said, had it been any other person, they probably wouldn't care whether it was a bad or a good movie. But since Tyler Perry's base was the church, And this movie is so far left and so raunchy that people were like, what the hell?
What movie is this?
Girl, it's like it's the college trip or something like that.
Oh,
Girl,
okay. I
girl,
just watched that too.
girl, I said I fell asleep on that too, girl. I tell you, the martinis had me going. Me and my husband came back and was watching it, and my thing was Friday. My granddaughter went to watch it. Because most times you think of a Tyler Perry movie, there's no issue. You can let your kid watch it. Not gonna use.
Oh, you think so? Oh, okay.
Huh?
No, I wouldn't feel that way.
I'm
No,
sorry.
I think it's a lot of stuff that he do that's inappropriate for children.
I don't think it's that bad. It ain't that bad from the way I talk, but to see
No,
somebody getting
Mhm.
hit from the back, I said, "Oh shit."
Well, see, to your point, I feel like Medea and Joe and a couple of the characters, I feel like they have a way of being crass and
Yeah.
talking, and so that's why when you said that, that's why I was like, no, I think they say a lot that could be considered
No,
inappropriate.
I think not really so much. I mean, you get an ass, a cuss, a couple cuss words. This one was totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Totally different. And to see somebody in the whole house fucking, I said, oh. Okay. I mean, but if it had to be anybody else, I wouldn't even thought two things about it. Okay, watch it or whatever. But because his core audience was the church, people are like, what the hell just happened here? I mean,
I watched it and that didn't even cross my mind. I thought it was pretty in line with the other movies that he did.
no, they ain't been that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
said,
I didn't necessarily think that it was anything that was like, well, for me, that I would use the term bad. And like I said, not any one thing was any more inappropriate than any other thing that they may have said in some other movie or something. But like you say, I forgot. Like, yeah, maybe the little brothel. Well, listen, as soon as I saw Millie Jackson's name come across there, I said,
look, I was dozing off and woke up because my husband was cracking up laughing. And I said, oh, okay. That visual, I'm not, anything else, I'm not even going to trip about or anything. Actually, I wouldn't trip about the movie. It's just that knowing that the Tyler Perry for the church people to be going to his plays and all that stuff, and that was his core audience. I said he just jumped off the ledge for real. So it's not like I said, okay, so next time one of his movies come up, I really have to watch it first. And before I just like, oh yeah, go ahead and watch it. I don't care.
right.
I'm like, okay, because how bad could it be? Mabel cussing or the man cussing. Well, shit, I cuss around here all the time. So in front of them. So I wouldn't have thought that would be nothing.
Because it's not the cussing. I think, and go back to that joke. I think he says a lot of inappropriate things. It's not his.
Oh yeah, because he did. Yeah, especially. I mean, well, I guess maybe Joe never really had such a big part. And
well,
this,
the whole movie is not.
Yes, because it was.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, especially when he tell her some bitch. I just, oh Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
when
that's me and my friend was having a conversation because I was telling her that I wish that Tyler Perry did more movies from a male point of view, which funny enough feels like this was it, right? And then to your point, it was like, look at how immature the context was. You see what like, yeah.
I thought, oh, okay. Oh,
it would seem like and what I meant by telling the story from a man's point of view is maybe like from one man to another. Maybe you start making some movies that teach these men how to show up and how to be better. But instead, we got
Girl, no, that's what the movie Ruth. What was it called? Boaz and Ruth.
No, so I don't mean going and recreating a Bible story. I mean actually, like coming up with an actual storyline that is similar to how you want uh, how men should be behaving today. Not like I say, not going to go grab a fable from the Bible.
Well, it wasn't no fable though. It just used the names.
You see what I'm saying?
Because that movie had some twist and turn, but he was a good man. But yeah, so that's my whole issue with Wendy. I thought was okay. Maybe if I would have met her under not met her, but seen her differently first. But I just couldn't. I said this is the lady. But now since the way the political field is, it don't even matter. So good luck, Wendy, and I hope you win because I'm always rooting for people to win. I'm not lying. I said they don't want me to be no juror because who's ever on trial, they gonna win that day. Nah, go ahead. Especially if you black, I don't even care.
I don't even care.
They didn't locked up a bunch of us, so I'm gonna let you off.
About time.
So, but you have here your awards.
Yes, so we got the Housewife Awards, our first annual, and so what I did, of course, was just put the polls in the community tab. I'm looking forward to us being able to do the same for Married to Medicine, and what I'm thinking is that we can advertise on our own community tabs and then pull them together with what we have. But either way, so these are the results. And of course, the person, the biggest is the winner for that category. So I thought it was something cute and fun and something to get our community involved, right? So you can let us know what y'all thinking about the Housewives this season.
So I need to go from the first one you put in, right? Okay. Yeah. So here we go.
So go ahead.
We have the villain of the season. And you have Giselle, Wendy, and Ashley. So who's the villain?
They got Wendy. Wendy is the winner. Yes.
Really?
Yes. On my community tab, they have Wendy as the villain.
I wouldn't have saw that.
I actually kind of can. It's funny.
Really? The villain?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. The villain of the season, not Ashley or Giselle. Okay, so here's the next
percentage is if I can go and find.
Okay. Wendy. But who was she really mean to?
They got 67%.
Okay. So the next one we have. Okay, the next one is the MVP of the season. Of course, it is Miss Vanity Fair, Miss Carlo King, Kingdom Reign. We got Stacey Rush.
That's right. I think I can agree with that.
I can agree with that. Yeah, she knew how to play the game.
She coming in, she clocking in as we call it.
Yeah, she's clocked in and she's quick with it, And on top of it, she's kind of quirky when she does it. So it's kind of really funny, like the Toodaloo and all that. Yeah. So she's definitely good for TV.
I think so.
Yeah. So just a storyteller, but yeah, she's good for TV. And then Reunion Prediction Award.
So this is who's gonna be in the hot seat, which we got Wendy as the winner for that. And I think that was accurate.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Wendy, that's accurate. We ain't gonna get much out of her, but it's accurate. She just got a lot of stuff to kind of
atone for.
Yeah.
She might be going to the slammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Wendy gets 2 awards. So the next award would be for the main character energy. And that was between Jazzy, Tia, and Monique. And the award goes to Monique. Definitely out of those three, anyways.
Back. What you think?
I would say that Monique has the main character energy versus them two.
Yeah.
Jazzy, I don't even know why she there. I'm just being for real.
Jazz feel thirsty.
Yes, it seems like everything she does is out of thirst.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, no, she fades to the back to me. So then we have the next one, the best read of the season. And do you remember any of the reads that Kay did?
I feel like I put Kay there because she did the
My house, my
yeah,
condo, my
yeah,
man.
yes.
And Stacy ate her up. She said, "You ain't got a husband." So I
Right.
went, oh, Lord. So yes, she talked about, she tried to throw shade at Stacy ring, and Stacy was like, basically, I got one, you don't.
Exactly.
You got a picture frame, honey.
You got a picture frame,
And
okay?
then so we have Wendy. Her reads fell flat because she's going through what she's going through. I mean, for real. I decided that everything she said in that confessional, I'm like, did she steal that money? I
Uh,
mean, so I think the season, even if the season, say the season had already started, we must have been in the first week or something
mhm,
when the charges came down, or the season hadn't started yet.
mhm.
Because everything after that, everybody decided.
I feel like it had, like you said, we had to be in the first, the second week. We really, I could, let me see, go back. We really could go back and just look from the videos. I think. Let me see.
Because everything after that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be on Wendy. I think the season had already started.
Yeah,
And
yeah, but it had just started, like you
yeah,
said.
it
I think we had one episode. That's what it looked like. If anything, 2 episodes.
Girl, I'm like, oh my God. And I don't remember anything that Angel would have said that was a good read.
Well, I had it. I remember, but then I don't remember now. But we
I
was
just,
just trying to give her a little chance,
girl,
honey.
we just was learning some new words.
It's okay. Trying to give you a little chance, girl.
Mexicans and Mercurial. Them 2 words I learned from her.
But they got Stacy coming in as the winner of
Yeah,
best
she's the
read
winner.
of the season.
Yeah, she did. And then we have next, you have the most improved housewife. And they have Kay, Tia, and Jazzy. And the award goes to Tia.
Now, what you think about that?
I think Tia fell off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she started out. I mean, but out of them three, I would probably say Tia.
Mm-hmm.
But she started out more being, somebody interesting. But then she kind of just became the lapdog.
I agree.
You know, she
I
just didn't,
agree.
and she kind of flip flops, all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Especially like when she went to Angel's house, because I wouldn't have never been a part of that shit. We ain't
Right.
that good of friends, and I think I would want to be with the collective instead of separate.
Exactly.
So yeah, but what Jazzy said, Tia was there by default.
Exactly. And she was. She called it right.
And Tia, I hate that dress. Oh my God, I hate it. Not the dress she have on right here, but the dress for the reunion.
The one yeah.
I hate it with a passion. I said, oh, it's just as bad as Dr. Simone's dress.
Mm-mm-mm.
That nude is just not nuding. And did you notice Giselle's deep tan?
I did not.
You did not. She was tanned up pretty good, honey. I said, go ahead. She must have been somewhere where there's sun and palm trees.
Okay.
So the flip flop award goes to, you said Angel?
Listen, that's what the
That's what
people
he
say.
said.
That is what
I would have probably gave that to Tia. Who was she flipping flopping for? I wonder who they
probably
think.
because she couldn't get together anyways. She was flip flopping like a dead fish all over the season.
A dead catfish, Lord have mercy.
Right.
Because I mean, because seems like she was only ever true to one person, that was her friend. But then, well, she did kind of stand up for Wendy at the beginning when she pressed her friend about seeing about Wendy's children. Did you ask about her kids?
Mm-hmm.
And then, she started out good, but she fizzled out fast.
I think that, and that's probably why maybe they voted her as a flip flopper. Like, I kind of more so think it's more about her not really owning up or being accountable for anything. Everything to me, she has like an excuse about.
Yeah.
It's not like
It's not
damn,
me.
this just happened. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and my bad. You know.
Yeah, she hasn't stood on any type of business, and
Yeah.
not on that Wonderland either.
Exactly.
Because, honey, I would have never displayed my business on there.
I think that's probably more so where the votes came from to
Yeah.
vote her as the flip flop.
So the Flip Flopper Award goes to Angel. You have the award for the villain of the season is Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the MVP of the season, definitely, is Miss Stacy. Everybody didn't said it, from Kingdom Reign to Vanity Affair. And then we have the Reunion Prediction Award. And so somebody said, how what?
Right.
What do you mean? So you said the prediction, yes, because we're not gonna get too much out. Well, Karen, and Angel still trying to explain her way.
Mm-hmm. And Angel
Angel,
ain't nothing but have an excuse for everything.
yeah, that's not really me, other than her doppelganger being James Earl Jones. He like he could be her daddy, dog. And Whitney called that one good. I said, they don't look alike. They favor some. I mean, they look like they could be right. I mean, if she would have said that was her daddy, I'd be like, oh, y'all look alike. But the main energy character, or character with the main, would be Monique out of the three. So then we have, I think that's what. Then
So
we
do we
have.
want to see Monique come back full time?
I don't know.
I can't wait to see what is on this damn phone.
That's what I want to know. So will we be taking back what we said about?
I don't know. Like that's.
Will we be going back saying that?
What is on this damn phone?
They said Angel is what?
Angel is lost. She on the wrong show. That's correct.
Yeah,
I
true.
agree with you. She certainly is on the wrong show, and I don't know if she needs to be on anybody's television, but it definitely is not the Housewives.
No, I bet she come back next season too.
I got a feeling. I was thinking that as I was watching the episode, and even though it was funny because it felt like Andy was like rushing through her answers too. Like, okay. Like through.
You kind of did that with Wendy too.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like I noticed it. I don't know. I felt like I noticed it more with.
I think once it kind of prolonged a little bit, and as they kept talking about the jail or whatever, he kind of was trying to, we spending enough time on this.
Well, because they was talking like they was 10, and it's like,
yeah,
like you know enough about something, like cut it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so as I was at least recognizing that, I thought to myself like, I wonder if they gonna bring her back just to give her another chance. And it's like, I don't know if she really deserve it.
Well, she done bought the house in Potomac now.
She said, well, according to her, she was buying it anyway. So that
Yeah,
don't have anything to do with us. She
at
said,
least
at
in
least
Potomac.
not Potomac.
New
Maybe
Jersey.
New Jersey, she would fit with that group. She would never last on Atlanta.
Oh no,
I
they
don't
have
even
her crying.
think
They have her
many
crying for real.
people either. They be the threw her butt over somewhere.
Yes, honey, she be over there crying for real.
Yeah, I don't like
Uh,
to see her with any of the Housewives franchises. Any
uh,
of
uh, not from what I've seen. I mean, she's just not quick with it, and I don't feel like she's being true to whoever she is.
That's right.
So she's trying to still put on these airs. That's what I didn't like about Karen when she her first season. When
Mm-hmm.
Potomac this, I'm like, bitch, I know good goddamn, you know, like she kept trying to make like she was so sophisticated. And to
Mm-hmm.
me, Karen, you're saying you're sophisticated or trying to act like it, and I'm looking at it,
And if
that's
you
not what I'm
overdose
seeing.
on depressant medication, let me stop.
I'm not seeing sophistication at all. I'm like, what? Potomac this, Potomac that. I'm looking at this bitch like, what? Are you? Maybe I'm lost for real.
Right, especially when that wig was falling off her head.
Girl, she just never gave classy to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't get me wrong. I think Karen looks nice, but she never gave classy
Mm-hmm.
base at all. I never thought. And so we said the most improved was oh girl Tia. What we got here? Was Tia being shady in the beginning when she made that comment about running water? And I think so. Giselle said she smelled good.
Oh, and she said, right. She said, I took a shower for you today.
Uh-huh. Yes, it's all
I
back,
think she was just being funny, though.
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this because I happen to say stuff like that when like especially when we go into work when I was going into the office. If somebody would say, "Oh, you smell good today," I would say, "Oh, I took a shower." Yeah. I don't know why I responded that way, but yeah.
Well, I think in reference to them not having water, Giselle and them. So I think that's probably
But I
why.
feel like it could have been both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was both.
So,
Right.
so who you don't want to see come back next year is Angel, right?
That's for sure, Angel. I would not like for her to come back. And Kay could go also.
Yeah.
Yeah, take your little friend with you, right?
Uh-huh. So, because when Karen comes back, who do you think going to still be there? Somebody said Anna Ashley.
Yes. Oh, definitely Ann Ashley. Yes, definitely Ann Ashley. But you want to know something? I'm kind of used to the fact that Ashley is probably going to stay just because the type of antics she pulled, like, and
Yeah.
they got to have somebody to do it. Um,
So we are
but
saying
but
that.
I do agree. I'm sick of Ashley. I am over. I've been over Ashley. But
Yeah.
that's what I mean. That's why I guess I'm saying I'm really used to the fact that she probably gonna come back. But yeah,
Well, yeah, she's gonna come back because I think is they having Sharice as a friend of?
oh God,
Because Sharice been making all the rounds. So
Sharice is too much for me. She like Claudia. Claudia is like you want to play like you don't want to be back on, but you want to be on so bad. Like,
girl,
and
there's
it would be all right. Just be like Dorinda. Like Dorinda don't have no problem with admitting, like, yes, I want to be back on the Housewives. You know what I mean? Of course you do.
yeah, get that check, honey.
Right. But you want to act like I'm so above it all. And yet, every time we turn around, honey, you doing anything you can to get some attention so you can get
Girl,
your
because she on Basketball Wives Miami now.
who?
Um,
Oh, you
Talking.
meant Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, Love and Hip Hop. Yeah, Miami. Yeah.
Girl, and not only just is she over there, but she over there being messy, being a mess starter.
Oh, really?
Someone has to go say if Karen comes back, my money on Tia because she didn't give us enough. Well, Tia, yeah, I guess you're right. So okay. So if one goes, you think it's Tia? No, it's got to be Angel. It's got. I don't think I can get through another season with Angel.
But I think it probably will be Tia. It probably, I mean, because if they're gonna take away one, Tia didn't have a whole bunch of,
Well,
there was
she
a lot of,
didn't. Right.
huh?
I mean, you're right. She didn't.
So if we're going that way, yeah,
I'm just saying. But I feel like Angel had more of a fail.
yeah, she did.
Right.
It was the woe is me and the crying. Cause you remember I got so mad at her when she cried to Giselle. I wanted to smack her in her face. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? You gonna cry to the ops? You know they gonna use that against you. Anytime somebody can make you cry, they're gonna use what they know can make you cry. That's why they stayed on that damn catfish like that.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna make her ass cry today.
Okay.
And that's why.
I don't think I can get through another season with Angel. I feel like even when she be trying to explain her way out of something, it don't be making sense. Like I can't with her.
Yeah, he said at least Angel had us talking. Yeah, sure did. And Tia didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just see.
She was
I see
trying.
what you're saying, but
And I think a lot of people feel sorry for Angel now.
I do understand, and that is very valid. But I'm still saying, like, but what was we talking about though? Really, like, yeah, it wasn't fun. That's kind of what we're saying about Stacy. Like, Stacy can get away with her little lies and stuff because it's a little fun and funny, like for the little shit she running around doing.
Wendy gonna get a break because she going to jail.
Wendy needs a break.
She's going to jail.
Well, maybe not. She gonna take that plea deal. Maybe she might be the first housewife to be a housewife on house arrest.
She gonna be able to do
the
nothing.
Real Housewives of house arrest, honey.
Girl, she ain't gonna be able to do shit.
Again, maybe her house. First housewife that'll be on house arrest.
Girl.
She'll be inviting the ladies having events at the house.
Girl, come over for tea and crumpets.
Exactly.
You better not have no date. Carrie better not have no pills on your ass. Your ass going to jail.
That's right. It was a scheme that Todd set up, honey. That was a scheme. Eddie set that one up. That's
girl. And then how she's talking about Eddie wasn't on it, the happy Eddie. I said, Lord have mercy. And only the reason why she started to get a little shaky on the reunion is because Giselle brought her ass back. Like, you over here bragging about jail.
I mean, yeah, they were sitting there asking questions like it was Great America or something.
Girl, yes, this was show and tell.
You realize she was in jail, right?
Girl, they were interested. I don't know. So, yeah, so I would imagine maybe it is Tia. I don't think Wendy probably, if she can make it back, but I don't think that unless her case is over with and she got some kind of probation and only had to do,
maybe she'll be on house arrest.
But girl, they can't do nothing. You only can have so many people in your house and all that kind of stuff. What they gonna do in the police?
They might do like some provisions. It's just like the people on Love After Lockup. They let them people film. They be on house arrest.
How many folks they be having over there?
I don't know, child. Like, how am I supposed to know?
But I'm just saying. Look, I had my cousin at the time. I used to rent from my aunt, which was his mom. She had had our house and then the house behind us on the next street. My little cousin, he was on house arrest. He walked past our house and he asked me because we're barbecuing. He said, "Could you bring me something to eat?" I said, "Sure." Girl, I take my happy ass around there, and then the police have followed him all the way back. I said, "Should have gave your ass a ride." So I take my butt around there to take him a plate of food, girl. The police come over there to do their little search when you're on house arrest. I answer, girls, I ain't never been in no damn trouble. Instantly, I had to go to the bathroom. Girl, I got so scared I almost pissed on myself. They was like, follow her. Girl, they watched me pee. I said, oh, hell no. I'm not never. Girl, my heart racing. And the thing about it is, too, because if my cousin, they just lived right behind us. I ain't take my purse. I didn't have no ID with me or anything. Right. So I don't know if them ladies going to want to be going through that.
Right.
I don't know if nobody would want to film at her house.
She didn't seem joyful. I didn't see what Ashley and Giselle was talking about. I guess they wanted her to come there crying. That's well true. Just because you don't cry doesn't mean. Yeah, talking about Wendy. Yeah, that's true. I think. Listen, I said at the top of the show when we talked about how it opened with that scene with her and Eddie. I'm having a hard time following Wendy, but yeah, like I'm cool. I'm glad that she showed up. I'm glad that she didn't skip out on it.
That's
she
true.
didn't find needing to go to rehab or somewhere.
They try to make me go to rehab. I said, oh, well.
And I mean, and listen, and I'm already knowing she's not going to give us too much information because it's still ongoing. And exactly, and that's exactly it. So with that being said, I just, like I said, that scene just threw me off because I didn't understand what exactly are y'all talking about. I mean, of course I heard what they were talking about, but it just felt performative. And
it was very performative, girl.
Yeah, like I didn't learn a damn thing. And why is this here?
Yes, and I guess maybe that's in their contract, so they had to come put the cameras up and go and get in their face. But I didn't get nothing out of that other than I'm sorry we got caught.
Yeah. That's what it seemed like. That's what exactly that was without saying it. Right, y'all whispering in the house and
y'all should have been whispering when look, she should have been whispering while she planted it. Because what I was saying was y'all all doing the emails and stuff. Usually how we us folks is we always think that somebody listening on the phone. Girl, I would have had Alexa unplugged. Google would have been unplugged. We've been talking in the shower.
Okay. Talking about Robin.
Girl, we been talking in pig Latin.
And Karen did telling her to shut the F up. She talking too much like she wasn't out here. Okay.
Yeah.
Karen need to Karen
the grand drunk.
Why she trying to make us believe she is addicted to depression medication.
Yeah, she whole damn alcoholic.
And I'm not saying that I've explained. I'm not saying that is not an addictive medicine. But what I am saying is her acting a plum fool is because she is drinking too much alcohol with her depression medication.
Remember when Monique did the girls' night or whatever it was at her other house? And remember how drunk Karen was there?
Yes, when she had the fireball.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I said, ooh, she a
Yeah,
sloppy
that's
drunk.
what she was like. Wasn't that when Ashley said what she told her about Ray?
Oh shit, I
Ashley said she had told her something about Ray. And it was something about them, like about their sex life.
sex life. Yeah, you know, it always got to be something about the sex life for Ashley talk about it.
Right. Yeah, but I
I
was
don't
like,
know. But when
yeah.
that's when I seen how drunk she got on camera there, I said, ooh. You know, because most people, you know, try to be a
Well,
little
why
pulled up.
couldn't stand it then? See, like that's what I mean. Like it wasn't the first time. Like even with her having the DUI, they was always hinting around to it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that Giselle probably that season. Maybe that was the beginning of that season because it's been so long. Sometimes I get them confused. But I remember at the beginning, she said, "I'm gonna start telling your truth. Like you want to tell lies on me," and she said your drunk truths. So then Robin in that same season end up talking about how Karen would call her uh,
Drunk.
right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think for me, I feel like it was clear that Karen drank. But again, what I realized with Karen from the interview and everything else leading up to it, she clearly has some sort of like, yeah, like, you know, like she not trying to admit that. And maybe it's because she still want to drink.
Yes, that's the way I got it. That's what I took from that. She still wants to drink. She want to have her cocktail or two. Or
Mm-hmm.
in my case, what I tell you I had? I had
Oh, the
a
martini.
martini. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, girl, them martinis might have me flat. And I only had two of them. So I
Well,
was definitely a
listen,
lightweight.
I can't drink too much. It's like I used to my doggone self, though. To be honest, shoot, your body
Yes.
don't even process it
The
the
same.
same
Yeah.
way. Mm-hmm.
So, and one thing too, I feel like
At that
when they
age,
have their social,
some damn fireball. I was surprised at that part. I was surprised that she drank. I was surprised she was down there taking shots of fireball. Like,
girl,
girl,
honey, she was
what's
toe
going
up. Was Stacy wrong for being upfront about why she didn't want her husband to meet Wendy? I need an honest opinion. I don't think she was wrong,
on?
huh?
I said we can't tell with Stacy.
You know, I would have been upfront though. Hell, y'all the one trying to act like like I was had this gay man as my fake boyfriend. That's the way y'all say it.
Well, she the one brought them around and was trying
Yeah,
to convince them that they was dating, but they wasn't doing
girl,
anything.
they would. Yeah, but Happy Eddie was the one who got the information from the man.
Well, that's because
Never,
the man was probably a fame whore.
girl, yes, like I'm seeing King is.
Yeah, exactly.
Girl.
But yeah, so I feel like with Stacy, you just never can tell. I think that I take it for what it is, her face value.
The
Like
QVC woman.
she could not be telling the truth. But
Yeah.
either way, I don't think it like goes back to what I said about the reason why we let her get away with some of this stuff, which is why they probably mad because her lies don't really affect nobody. Like, what if she, like, so what? What is it? So what?
Yeah. She's only lying about her life,
Mm-hmm.
not lying about anything nobody else did. So,
Right. You see
yeah,
him when you
but
see
I
it.
would have been, I would have been upfront with
Every
Wendy.
time Timu got into an argument and she didn't know if he was coming back around, she might have to tell you she was breaking up with him. Like shit, he out of town. I don't think
Girl, he don't want to be around them black people like that.
he
I'm afraid he see how they act. He didn't watch the show. You know, he probably for all that confrontation. And probably don't know how to handle
That's what happened to Croy. That lady just ran in there.
Lord have mercy. So, but that's it.
Yep, that's it. That's all. I guess, like I said, I can't wait to see what's on this phone.
Yeah, I
I
know.
hope we can get to the phone and it don't be the cliffhanger for part two.
And
Like
it
that.
has to be something good because it better not be some bullshit.
I can't imagine exactly. Well, what we do know is, because I'm sure they never doing that again, is not anybody giving any type of fellatio or anything.
So, oh yeah, girl.
But I'm interested to know what it is in general.
Girl, you see Kenya doing those little ads for skincare?
Mm-mm.
Girl, so
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Work, work ain't honest, but it pays
It
the
pays her bills. It ain't paying her bills. Ain't she being sued?
and she gotta pay something. Mark is over there living off her butt too.
She
Or at
really,
least he was.
girl, she fumbled that bag bad.
Whose bag, Mark?
Her own bag.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, honey, Mark was
No,
out of cash, honey. Yep. That was a
no.
hit she should have threw back in the ocean. And
Yeah,
that's
she
what
should
I
have.
remember telling my cousin way back then when that happened, when she showed up married. I said, we all, everybody, oh, what happened? Why she didn't have her family there? And I tell everybody, like, we saw exactly how she ended up married. Like, the same thing she did to Walter, that's what she did to this man. She got
Yeah.
him out the country.
And the thing about it, I thought it was how she talked about everybody else's marriage, and then here she go get married, don't want nobody to see this man. Then
Yeah.
on top of that, you seem like, first of all, because you're supposed to be the prize, but you seem like you're more in love with him than he is in love with you. I would
Well,
never.
so that go back to my point about we saw, like, it was like her and Walter all over again, except Walter was Mark, and we never got to see him until the end of the season. Like, that was the only difference. Because do you remember seeing her and Walter together? Like, I know I would watch their scenes, and I'd be like, like the whole thing about them getting
Yeah.
married and all that. I was
Because Mr. Collins said, what's her name? Nene said she didn't hear nothing going on in that room.
I said, was she in the same conversation? That, like, was she there? Because I didn't hear that man say nothing like that.
Girl, and I said she had her whole face cracked when she found out he wanted to date Candy, and Candy turned him down.
Yes, she was upset about that. And
Because
when Tia and Stacy married up, I felt away, especially being a black man. It just made me look at her a little bit different. What does she mean by marrying up? Because basically, what
well,
you said,
basically,
marrying up, yeah.
earlier I had said that okay, Tia's African, right? Nigeria, and a lot of African women, not all, but some, consider marrying up when you marry somebody white, and they call that marrying up to higher status, higher social status, and that is a thing with them. So that's why she said it to her.
I think the men do too, because from 90 Day Fiance, it's always men with white women. All I'm saying, like,
Well, that's black men. Heck yeah. What Mike Epps said they holding on to him like a a raft in the ocean. So I do believe that a lot of black guys consider marrying a white woman marrying up. And it be any old white woman.
that's interesting too.
Any
That's
old big one.
interesting.
The one the white men don't want.
Not the ones the white men
Girl, they
don't.
don't. Girl, you seen them big old ladies with them stomachs that hang all the way down, and you see little and the little skinny black man with them. and love they stinking drawers like Eugene loves Toya. Does she not feel like she married up? I do believe she feel like she married someone her same stature. Did she meet her husband in Paris?
Yeah.
You know, he's an educated black man. So
But it
she
sounds
probably
like, are they about to tell us they getting a divorce or something? I don't know why I jumped all the way there, but it seemed like she got something to say about it.
oh girl, I tell
Because
you I
he
was
kind of
nosy.
asked like why we don't see him, and then she was like she can't talk about it, and then it seemed like she ended up having something to say that was like shocking or surprising. So I don't know, but you know how they, you know
Yeah,
how they do, yeah.
I hope
So
not.
he just came up with something, and I'm all the way wrong. See, that is
I
how
hope
we
not to only do one season and y'all got 3 kids.
right.
Girl, y'all marriage was, if that was the case, it was already over before they got on there. He seems like a nice guy, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like she, I think she feel like she got what she's supposed to have.
Yeah, you know, she didn't come from what the with Stacy came from.
Hmm.
You know, Stacy came from a less fortunate situation. Tia did not. So that could be a reason why Stacy decided to, marry Timu. I don't know. I don't even know. What does he do for a living?
Who, Timo?
Mm-hmm.
God knows. I don't know. She probably done mentioned it, but I
I know she
don't.
said he travels, so I don't know. But she should be doing good. She got her Shayo and all her Nigerian stuff. They said the Nigerians want their name
What's
back.
the name back? She is just funny with that one.
How do you feel about the relationship between Angel and Kay? It seems to be a bit big sister, little sister, but Kay is rude to her, especially after the reunion. I would never let a friend talk to me. I don't think they were ever good friends, to be honest. I think they just knew each
You hit the nail on the head
other.
with that one, because that's what I said. Like, wait a minute. I said clearly she do have her chin checked, because the way she stumbled over her words, trying to make sure she could go ahead and finish talking, and Kay sat there like she almost talked to her like she was her child or something.
Yes.
What is going on here? Like, I'm trying to talk, and it was like, girl, who are you? Like,
Kay
um,
is to me like another Toya.
but she
Rude
is
and tacky.
so like, where you ain't been around enough for you to be coming in like that. And why
Well, I
would
guess.
you be so friend? Like, you know what it remind me of? Mia with Jacqueline.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. But Jacqueline was more shoot, she was Mia's side lapdog, side piece, and
Yeah,
everything else.
yeah.
So she was,
Yeah, I'm not sure that Kay and Angel are real friends. I
yeah, I
think
think they're
that Kay
acquaintance.
clearly is holding something over Angel's head, because Angel seems to fall in line when it
Yeah,
comes to Kay. And it's really kind of weird.
it is. It really is because I couldn't imagine. I can't be talked to that way. No, no, we all are adults, and I'm about to clock in on you. You,
Not
because
when you in the middle of interrupting somebody, and then you
yeah,
kind of like, well, acting like somebody talking over you. Hold on.
exactly. And I think she knows she don't have much of a story line
That's
this year, so she's kind of using her friend. And I'm gonna kind of bully her a little bit. You
Wow,
know,
that's crazy. She
it,
gonna ride her coattail, honey,
yeah.
and
So,
Angel is
so
barely hanging on by a thread.
it says, "What would y'all have stayed on the trip that plan?" I would have stayed because it's a
It's a
cash
cash
trip.
trip and you need to get paid. So
Yes,
that's my point. They did stay, but I just didn't like the trip. I thought it did horrible for Angel's business. I think it
exactly.
proved that Angel was only on the show to promote her business. Like for she's not here for the other things that go along with being on this show.
Yeah, she
Um,
said it.
and she did say that.
Yeah, she
Well,
said,
I
"You think
called it
I'm
before
here?"
she even said it, but I think that trip really proved it. And her
Yeah,
actions on that trip proved it. Like
yeah,
even like I pointed out with her not calling them. I said, yeah, probably because once production left, she figured she was off the clock too.
yeah. She clocked out.
Yeah, right. So and she figured y'all cool. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, everybody grown and know what they
Yeah,
doing. Like,
I'm off duty. So we off duty. That's what she just clocked out. See y'all tomorrow.
that to me just proved that she was really here to promote the business. And like I said, when it boils down to the business, that's why she always got a bunch of excuses, because she came back to defend. Now, I don't agree with anybody going on leaving false reviews.
Yes.
That stuff is bad. But the way that Angel was trying to defend it was to say, well, my company doesn't provide overnight accommodations. And she went in to explain she used vendors and that's how they, plan the excursions. The point I'm making is then that says your business is like some sort of concierge service. And so what we saw was that you're not a good planner either because
Mhm.
it ain't even nothing that y'all really had planned to do that actually came to be, except for the Kimosabe store.
Kimosabe.
Kimosabe. Um,
Someone said they think Giselle and Ashley really tried hard to ruin the trip, especially when she saw the room she put them in. They sure didn't miss a day of a face beat. No, they did not. They had them faces beat to the gods.
no, I feel like Giselle is a good sport about stuff as much as she can be.
I think
I don't think
Giselle was done with this girl.
to ruin that trip. I think Angel
I
is
don't think
not a
Giselle
good
was a good sport. I
no.
don't. I just think that Giselle, I feel from what I see on TV, I
Mhm,
really, before they even got there, I feel like Giselle just don't like Angel. I don't know if
mhm.
she heard something that she's not bringing to the show, but even just sitting there, I mean, because even if the girl had a horrible, you had a horrible trip or whatever, but it seemed like it's something deep with with Giselle in her, like something she just don't like. You do have people you don't like, but it seems like Giselle do not like Angel at all. I don't know. Maybe she told on her. I don't know, but it just seems like that to me. That's what comes across to me that, and now I feel like nothing that Angel really did to Giselle warrant the way Giselle talked to her, or we could be throw shade or whatever. The trip was horrible, true, but I feel like it was just a little bit too much dip on her chip when it came to Angel, and it just seemed like she really does not like her the same way she really did not like Wendy.
Hmm.
That's the way I took it. I'm like, dang, I thought, okay, we can make fun of her, haze her, or whatever, but it just seems like she really is something about her that she did not like. And I don't know if it's something behind the scenes or whatever.
I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I understood why Giselle was going off on that plane. Now maybe she was out of
Well,
line.
no, it was even before the plane. Because remember, she said, if my bestie don't go, I don't go. It's just the whole thing. It seemed like even before that, she does not fuck with Angel, period.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, you might meet some people you just don't like.
Yeah.
And I think that Giselle just don't like her. And
Hmm.
to me, that's what came through the screen. To me, that she just don't like her. And I just thought, would it? Is there something I'm missing that the girl actually did to her? Or you just want to be that rude and mean to her? I can understand the whole thing about the house.
It's funny how y'all feel like she being rude and mean
She
to
was
Angel.
rude and mean to her. She was. I mean, she couldn't control what went on at that damn house. But it was even before that. Giselle didn't want to have shit with that girl. And I don't know what it is. But it just, yeah. And when she saw she was sharing a room with Ashley, she was plotting then. Well, I thought that was just going to be to get back because they called her the catfish. First off, you have me in the house with no one. Well, we know that she couldn't control the
See,
water.
that's kind of what I. So it's
Yeah, but she couldn't control the water.
Like this is my point. It go back to you, even as a business owner. You telling me your business is curating experiences, and you invited me to a place that's your hometown, and
But
saying
that was not her house, though.
it's not even about her it being her house. Like I understand she doesn't control the water. Like
Yeah.
I'm nobody's expecting Angel to be God, but what we are saying is she's a bad host. Like she's a bad hostess, and so part of being a bad hostess, like I told you, if I invite you to go camping with me, and we all got our cabins, and there's well water, you don't think I should tell you that before you come? You think I should let you get all the way out here and figure out you got to you gonna have intravenous water or whatever they call it,
Intermittent water. I don't
and you
think that's.
find it out at the moment in which you began to use it? Or
I
would
don't
you
think
want
Angel
me?
knew that because that doesn't happen at her house. That's not a thing that happens there.
And
Is what I'm saying.
I'm okay with that in theory, but I'm also going back to her company. Like, and I'm going back to what Angel laid out. Angel
Yeah.
talked about how thoughtful she was and how much planning she put in and this and that. Like, yeah, miss me with the bull. You knew at some point that there was well water. Now, what I would be okay with you saying, but it would also take her saying it, is that I knew that there was well water. I forgot to mention it because it's something that you don't think about, right? Like, because you know what that means. And to your point, you was staying there, so you wasn't really worried about it. Again, that still make you a bad host.
I
But
don't think she knew it was well water though. Not all those places there have
well,
well water.
okay. Well, fine. Y'all giving her all kind of benefits.
I'm not giving. I'm just saying about the house. I mean, because there's right here. I
What
have
she
city
did
water,
say,
but
the
there's
house
places
was
near me that don't have city
She
water.
didn't say nothing about whether she knew that the water was working or not. What she did mention is that the house was 1.6 million. And like I said, I wouldn't care if it was 1.6 million or 3 million. If it's no running water, it's a piece of trash. Like
Oh, so
that's
yeah,
like if you
it's
got
for
me
them.
sleeping in here overnight and it don't know
Well,
water
if
work.
they rich like that, they should have got somewhere else to stay. That's what I say.
That's what I'm going. That's for me. That's the bottom line. That's what I'm saying with Angel. That's what irritates me with her is that
I understand that irritated them, but before the trip, Giselle, the other women weren't like how Giselle was. They were not. They might have had their Giselle seems like maybe that's the how she is, but to me it seems like it's something personal with her.
Angel
And
dropped
that
the.
just I feel like that trip could have went perfect, and Giselle would have still had an issue with her.
Well,
That's
then
how I
I
feel.
wish you want to know something. I wish that it had for the sake of Angel. Like I wish that it
But you
had.
said somebody said I like to wash my ass with water. I understand that. I wouldn't have been the bitch. I wouldn't have stayed. I would have left. I would have got my own place.
I wish
These
that it
women
had
got money.
been good for
We would have went
Angel,
somewhere
so
else.
that we could have that to go on. But because we don't, and I like that's what I don't live in the land of make believe. Like I'm just going off of, like I said, even her own mouth, Angel. You get these beautiful experiences that you spend so much time putting into, and we didn't see a damn thing. Didn't a damn thing even come to fruition except Kimusabe. And that,
Yes,
and
in
you
a
mean to
private
tell
jet.
me that's all you could pull out the hat? When you invited these people over to your house, you ain't do that. The food did look like it was good, but that's all y'all did was eat. You ain't try to get to know them. Y'all ain't play no games. Y'all like, yeah, that lady wasn't there to try to be their friend at all.
And Giselle was not either.
Listen, Giselle
She
was
was not.
one thing about Giselle, we don't see her running around kissing nobody's ass.
Well, true. But she
So,
was not even getting.
so with that being said, she is not in, she don't seem to be taking applications for friends. It seems like most of the time it is people that are trying to put their application in, going back to Angel, because it could have been, like I said, she should have made sure she didn't have that Moscow Mule or had whatever the opposite of Moscow Mule was. But she made it very clear to point out to Giselle, I know that's your favorite drink, so I wanted to make sure I had it. Again, listen, I'm not here for Angel and these raggedy ass shenanigans she done pulled out of her bag of tricks. She can go, and she is the one that
Girl.
needs to go.
Well, all I am saying is she did not control the water at that house, and like the other person said,
Yeah, nobody said she did.
so I
Nobody
don't
said
think she
she
should be
did.
blamed for that.
Nobody is blaming her about the water. Why is
Because
me?
that's the whole thing. Everybody says the water. What could
No,
she have
what
done
I'm
differently?
saying is that she is a bad host. And why I'm saying she's a bad host is because, see, she didn't know about the water because she didn't call and check on her guests. By the time she got around to it, because she played them like, okay, we done filming, I'm done, y'all done, I ain't got to talk to y'all. So me saying that she's a bad host is strictly just going still off of what's presented to us and what the expectation is for, and how you should behave. So that's all I'm saying is like, you didn't check on them. You go drop, you get some people for your Wonderland experience. You go take them out in the wilderness and you just leave them there with a bunch of strangers. You don't go back and talk. You don't check on them.
All of that still didn't warrant the way Giselle was acting. It still didn't. None of the other ladies acted like that.
You don't have no, safety precautions about these people. You just
Somebody said,
running around doing shit.
no, I'm blaming her about the water because I feel as though as a hostess, you should have had that under control. Y'all got these $1 million home. That's not her home, but don't got a plumber.
Well, listen. Okay, so he said, no, I am blaming her about the water. Now, listen, I can understand that the water don't have, but see, what I think a good hostess would do would have them come to your home. I think that you would
Bobby
accommodate
wouldn't
them.
having them. They have enough room, first of all, but Bobby
Well,
wouldn't have any women in his house.
because the deal is there wasn't enough room in their house. That's why two of them was in the same room with some bunk beds. Wasn't gonna be enough room anyway. She messed up the trip when she separated them. Angel just messed up from go.
Yeah, she shouldn't have never separated them.
Way too serious. She held on way too tight. The whole catfishing thing. You got mad at the wrong person, and I'm calling out exactly, the thing, but it's okay. And then you got mad at the wrong person, held on to that. Then the next thing was the eviction. You held on to that all season.
Okay, so all before that, let's go back just 1 second. I just want to see something here. So the catfish, Giselle, the eviction, and I think all the things prior to the Colorado trip shows Giselle does not like her, period. Even though she didn't bring up the eviction, but she sure was rubbing that shit in.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I think Giselle was not bad this season. I think I agreed with Giselle most of the season. I think I was high fiving Giselle most of the season. So with that being said, then I don't like her either because I clearly see the side with.
Yeah, I thought all before the trip that Giselle was definitely in her ass. I wouldn't have been. He said I would have been mad at Wendy too for laughing at me. That's why she called her what she said.
Talking about Forrest Whitaker, but that's what they're talking about. She turned around, talking about, I'm sorry, that's not me. Well, who the fuck is it? Like
Because
I
I wouldn't have said I'm
like
sorry.
I said in the blog, will the real Angel please stand up? Because I am tired of you turning around telling us what's not you.
Yeah, she should stand in it. Because I definitely would have. I sure would have stood in it. And yep, I said it.
Go for me. She really can. And it's not like I think she's missed the mark. Maybe she'll be better on Beverly Hills because, like I said, she has this way. She knows that she should have some money, and she likes kind of going back to that. And even though the girls don't do it that much over there in Beverly Hills, I'm just saying it's probably a little more appropriate over there in Beverly Hills for you to be kind of throwing around how much your house is worth and all of that bull. Because none of us care over here.
Well, we'll see if they call her back next season. I bet your ass to be different though.
Karen ass to move like she was moving in like a thief in the night.
So if she comes back next year, who you think she gonna cling on to Karen?
I don't know. It's got it. She gonna have to. She gonna have to. Maybe Karen can take her under her wing.
I guess so.
Since Karen is so good at that, you just remember, don't drink and drive. Oh.
leave the pills alone too.
That's right. Do not drink while you're taking depression medication.
Oh my goodness!
Get those lessons while she is taking you under her wing.
So, but yeah, that's our view. So I can't wait till next week. Then when we gonna do Married to Medicine and Belle Collective?
Okay, so want to do Wednesday?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, we'll do Wednesday.
Okay, so Wednesday we'll do Married to Medicine and Belle Collective.
Yes.
So how do you think the season, the opening thing with
I still gotta watch Belle Collective.
Oh, you haven't watched it? I watched it.
But I did watch Married to Medicine. So how did you think the season started?
Well, it's Belle Collective. I was, because I didn't see the trailer. So when I found out that old boy was playing her, I said, "This lady let this man play her."
Didn't I tell you last? Didn't I say it last season when we was doing the review? Didn't I say he was already doing it?
Girl, yes, he was seeing her and his old girlfriend, and she crying about it. I said, "Oh my goodness."
Girl, you should let her little friend go.
Marvin. Could have kept Marvin. Marty Mar over there. You didn't let this little man go, and you let this high booty man make a fool out of you.
Yep.
And then yeah, that was one of the things I thought was weird. And it seems like what's the heavyset girl? What's her name? Tisha.
Leticia.
And her husband is at it, and it was a crossover. They had Tisha Scott on there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I thought it was a pretty good watch.
So Glendale.
Yes, Glendale and her having
here's the one thing that is bothering me with Leticia. um I heard in the preview she was in reference to Trees. She said, when everybody loves to go back to this. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. This would trip me out about women. Why you can be so quick to say that about your friends, but you can't say that about that raggedy ass man? You get like,
they be like, not too much on my man.
right?
Girl,
Because that's what
my
I'm like.
man, my man.
I feel the same way about Glendale, But hey, I mean, I get it. You love your man, so go ahead. I guess figure it out.
Yeah, I think we left with a cliffhanger over there. Glendale pouring out his heart in some poetry, and she didn't.
Go sit raggedy ass down somewhere.
So then so that is what it is over there. But yeah, and Married to Medicine. I feel like Toya, nobody should help her ass at all.
Right. Funny how the tables turn, okay?
Yes.
Because they wasn't even asking, like, not that you asking them for anything more, but I feel like Toya thinks she doing something because she is setting it up as a, foundation and this and that. And it's
trying.
like, with her,
it's trying.
Well, yeah, trying.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, that's you still owe them, for your antics.
Yes, and not wanting to help. And you see Eugene is 10 toes down with Toya ass.
Mm-hmm.
I said, because people talked about Dr. Damon, but here Dr. Eugene, he going along with the fuck shit. Because even when she donated that wine, talking about the wine is worth so much.
Right.
But now when she need dollars up front, now you got it. Y'all rich. You got it.
She understand different.
Mm-hmm. You got it, honey. What somebody said, I don't know, but I didn't like how they did Willie and Aikisha.
Oh, me either. Y'all know Willie and Aikisha are my couple. I like them. But I didn't either. And like they treated, like the new girl came in, and it's funny how they gave her no smoke. But that's why I feel like you can really tell that I do think that it just really had a lot to do with Aikisha having that direct connection to Ferris Street and it feeling like she was like above, I guess, Leticia's spot,
Yeah.
It really seemed like it just boiled down to that. And the same with Selena and So Gucci. Like, I think Selena realized that she really wanted to be on the show. And so she on here and So Gucci not. Like that's and So Gucci left. Which my thing is, this is what I love about it, because I like both of them, Aikisha and So Gucci. And I hate that they're not there no more. But I'm fine with it because that's how you boss up. Like, I do think that with So Gucci and Selena and JJ with the family and the girls, like that was a lot. And it ain't worth it. Somebody do gotta sit this out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it looks like with Aikisha, they moved to like New Jersey, right?
Well, that's where they lived anyway, but she was coming back and forth to, like, she'll go to Mississippi, I guess like maybe whatever during certain times of the year, but she had property on Ferris Street already.
Oh, okay.
Came to her about the show, of course. Well, I don't know if you remember, but that was the original thing that Leticia was doing with the brunches, but she was trying to get the ladies to come together to purchase property on Ferris Street so they could try to rebuild it.
Yeah.
Anyways, everything has taken a large left from since then, right?
Yeah. So we'll see. So we'll be back on Wednesday at roughly about 9:15.
Yes, yes, and we'll get to
And
talk about it.
yes, because yeah. I said, "Oh goodness, this Married to Medicine. I don't know how this gonna run out with Dr. Simone and Dr. Heavenly.
Hmm. We'll see.
Yeah,
We
it's
shall
getting
see.
ugly, or it's gonna
Yeah.
stay ugly. I don't know. But all right, guys, that's it for this evening. And Brandy and myself will be back on Wednesday evening.
Yes, yes. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to our channels. I do have our channels listed. Oh, in my description if you're on my page.
Okay, and this in
Thank
my
you so
description
much for
also.
joining us.
All righty, thank you. And you guys have a great evening. And good night.
Good night.
Or
Good
good,
night.
or good morning. It's the next
Right.
day.
Okay.
Good morning. Y'all have a great morning.
Yes. We'll see y'all on Wednesday.
All righty.